We are back making you laugh, making you smile, making you think here on a Friday. In my own words, the podcast, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And we move down to the running back position. Can Najee Harris have a Derrick Henry type of season, or will the field of others led by Brian Robinson prevent him from doing that? Now, a lot of people compare Najee to Derrick Henry. Both guys, five-star guys when they came to Alabama. Both guys, physical specimen. In terms of Najee Harris, he's 6'2", 230 pounds. So a lot of times Najee gets compared to Derrick. But Derrick had a unique situation in 2015. He had a special situation that allowed him to have the season that he had. And I don't think a lot of people fully understand that. So think about this. In 2014, Kenyon Drake breaks his leg against Ole Miss. I was there. Broke his leg against Ole Miss. And nobody knows how healthy, how good Kenyon Drake would be in 2015. So you got Kenyon Drake coming back from a broken leg. You have Bo Scarborough and Damian Harris both coming in as freshmen for 2015. Bo Scarborough, who was supposed to have been in the 2014 recruiting class, he couldn't come into 2015 due to some academic issues. And then 2015, he was suspended the first 5 games of the season by the NCAA because of those academic issues. And then Damian Harris, a freshman, he has to get acclimated to things. So 2015, you have a freshman that can't play the first 5 games due to academic stuff. You have a freshman that's young and trying to get acclimated to the system. You don't know what you're going to get from Kenyon Drake. So quite naturally, Derrick Henry opens up the season with, I got to be the man. I have no choice. And then on top of that, you bring in a brand new quarterback, brand new starter in Jacob Coker, and he has to be settled in. He has to get acclimated. He has to be worked into the whole rotation. So Derrick Henry had to be the guy. He had to hit the weight room. He had to hit the gym. He had to carry the team from start to finish, and that's the reason why. He had for 395 carries for 2,219 yards, 28 touchdowns. That's why he averaged 27 carries a game. That's why he averaged almost 150 yards rushing a game, because he had to be the guy. Nick Saban had to use him all the way. He had to rock with Derrick till the wheels fell off, because you didn't know your other options. You really didn't know. The difference with Najee Harris, Najee has options. You have 6 other backs on the roster that can help Najee out. Now, Najee is also capable of snapping and going off on a streak of big games. If you go back to last season, 209 carries, 1,224 yards, 13 touchdowns. He averaged nearly 6 yards per carry. Najee Harris, 94.2 yards per game this past season. He had 6 100-yard performances. From the LSU game throughout the rest of the season, he really, really snapped. The thing for Najee is, can he open up the season on fire? That's Najee's problem. To start last year, he opened up against Duke and New Mexico State and South Carolina. He came out of the gate slow. Came out of the gate not running the football with power, not running with instincts, not running with vision, not running with patience. He came out, not being that beast of a back the first 3 to 4 games of the season. Now, he caught the ball well out the backfield. I'll give him that. But in terms of him running the football like we want to see Najee Harris run the football, he didn't do it the first 3 games of the season. His first 100-yard game didn't come until week 4 against Southern Miss, 14 carries for 110 yards. So he has to come out the gate strong. Najee Harris comes out the box strong. You can possibly see him have a Derrick Henry-like season, but the one thing that may prevent him, Brian Robinson. And Brian Robinson is somebody of whom he is ready for this season. Brian Robinson, a senior, played his high school ball right off Alabama Highway 69 South at Hillcrest High School. Came in the 2017 class as a 4-star guy. This guy runs hard. He runs tough. He's mean. He's nasty. He's determined. And he dropped a tweet on social media today which says, I am taking this year personal. 2020 is about me. Brian Robinson is sick and tired of getting overlooked. He's sick and tired of the conversation being about Najee this, Najee that, Najee. He's sick and tired of the conversation being about Trey Sanders. Look what Keenan Robinson can do. We got all these freshmen. Brian Robinson feels overlooked. He feels like people are throwing shade at him. He is ready to make this year personal and be about that business. And when you look at Brian, he's improved each and every year. This past year, his best year, 96 carries, 441 yards, 5 touchdowns, showed he can catch the ball out the backfield a little bit, 11 catches for 124 yards, can run the football, strong run blocker, strong pass blocker, can catch the ball out the backfield, runs like a man possessed with his hair on fire. And here's a guy that is not about to have Najee do everything. He wants a piece of this pie. But we're going to continue with the conversation and wrap this thing up on the other side of the break. Don't touch that dial, folks. We're coming back.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Back in here to In My Own Words, the podcast. Yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And just continuing this talk on Najee Harris, can he have a Derrick Henry-type year? Truly, when I look at this whole situation, Nick Saban likes to keep his backs fresh, right? He likes to rotate his backs, keep fresh legs on the field, wear down the defensive line or defense as a whole. Now, he will ride the hot hand. Let me say this. If there's a hot hand, if somebody is getting consistent 4 and 5 and 6 yards a pop and he's just, or that person's just wearing the defense down, now, Nick Saban is known to go with the hot hand. He'll do that. But just having one guy run the entire show, Nick Saban, not really a fan of that. That's why he keeps 5 backs on the roster, at least 5, because he wants to have a stable. He wants to be able to go, okay, you did your thing. Okay, come out. Let's put this guy in who does something different. Have him wear the defense down some more. Okay, you got yours in, pull you out, put the next guy in. Have those interchangeable parts, if you will. And with 7 guys on the roster, well, 6 behind Najee Harris, I don't think Nick Saban is just going to allow Najee to go off and have a 3,000, 2,000 yard rushing season. I mean, he's going to have Brian Robinson get carries in there. Keenan Robinson is going to touch the ball. Trey Sanders is going to touch the ball. And then you have the 3 freshmen, Jace McClellan, Roydell Williams, Kyle Edwards. These young men are going to touch the football. Najee Harris will have some games to where he may have the hot hand, he may snap, he may go on the field and go beast mode, plowing his way and carrying guys for extra yardage. But to just sit here and say, will Najee just be the primary guy going up and down the field? No. Derrick Henry had a very special situation to where, he had to be the man. Nobody knew what Kenyon Drake would be coming off the broken leg. No one knew. People hoped he would have the same speed. People hoped he would have the same power. People hoped he would have the same get up and go. They didn't know, though, coming off the broken leg. Bo Scarborough couldn't play in the first 5 games due to NCAA situations with his academics, with his grades. Damian Harris, a little bit nervous, a little bit gun-shy. You had to get him acclimated to the system. So this was the reason why you saw Derrick Henry in the gym every second on the second of the hour prior to the 2015 season. I mean, he was on Instagram every moment. He'll hit the gym, post a pic, leave, come back, more weights, post a pic, leave, come back, more weights. I seriously believe Derrick Henry kept a pillow, a blanket, a refrigerator, and a TV in the weight room complex because he was always in there. He stayed in there the entire 2015 offseason, going into the 2015 season. He put on muscle, he put on weight, he entered that campaign at 242 pounds on top of the 6'3" frame, which means he came into that season, meaning business and knowing I have to carry this team. Najee Harris, not necessarily he has to carry this team. He has some help behind him. Now, if he wants to take it upon himself to have that mindset of I have to carry this team, then by all means necessary, Mr. Najee Harris, Mr. California man, Mr. former 5-star, do that. If you in your mind think, Najee, I have to carry this team, then by all means necessary, do that. You have the means and the capability to do that. But that's just not Nick Saban's cup of tea. If he has a stable of backs, he likes to rotate guys. He likes to have players with fresh legs, use those interchangeable parts, and give each guy in that rotation a chance to touch the football and show what they can do, especially coming up here in spring ball. I mean, fans want to see Najee, yes, but fans want to see Brian Robinson. Fans want to see Trey Sanders. Fans want to see Keegan Robinson. A fan is going to probably knock me down trying to go see Jace McClellan. They want to see Roy Dale Williams and Kyle Edwards also. They want to see everybody. So as much as we would like to see Najee go beast mode and have that Derrick Henry type of year, I think Brian Robinson, who has something to prove, is going to make sure he has his stake in this thing as well. Well, folks, as always, you want to know, you want to be a part of the best in news, notes, information on Crimson Tide football. You want to be the envy of your friends. You want to be the smart fan. You get your hands on the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. And how do you do this? I'm going to tell you right now. You can download it from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple. Google Play Store if you just so happen to have the Android phone. We got the podcast options taking care of your audio listening needs. If those just so happen to be iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, Google Play, or iHeartRadio, we got you covered right here on Touchdown Alabama Magazine. If the good Lord sees fit, people, I will be back on Monday delivering you the best in news, notes, and content on your Crimson Tide. But as always, with it being the weekend, folks, I leave you with my 3 things. You know what they are. Husbands, get on your job. Love your wives. Wives, get on your job. Love them husbands. Children, get on your job. Wash them dishes. Get them chores done. Get you your 3 hearty meals a day, your 3 hearty laughs a day. Until next time, you're rocking with the finest and the baddest. Your man, Stephen M. Smith. Peace. It's been in my own words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.